Hello friends, after the sweet summer vacation, let's come for the study again. So, before the summer vacation, we have started the topic optics. In the optics, we have studied so many concepts. Okay, first of all, we studied about the reflection, the laws of reflection. We studied in that reflection through a plane mirror. Then we studied the concept of spherical mirror. Okay, there are two types of spherical mirrors, concave mirror and convex mirror. Then we saw the formation of images by the spherical mirrors. Okay, so and after that we saw the mirror formula also, 1 upon f is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by u. And we also know one more thing, f is equal to r by 2, and the magnification caused by the mirror is equal to v by u. Okay, these formulae we studied for the reflection. Then we saw the concept of refraction. Okay, in that basic refraction, then laws of refraction, there sin I upon sin r is equal to refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. Then we saw the concept of critical angle and total internal reflection. There is a relation between critical angle and refractive index, that is 1 upon sin I is equal to n. You can also say sin I for critical angle equal to 1 by n. Also we can write critical angle is equal to sin inverse of 1 by n. Then we saw that when the angle of incident is more than critical angle, there is a total internal reflection takes place, and there are some consequences of total internal reflection. On that we saw mirage, looming, then total reflecting prism and its application we saw. Okay, and after that we saw the refraction through prism. In that the very important results we got, that means R1 plus R2 is equal to A, and we saw the relation between I plus E is equal to delta, that is the angle of deviation, angle of prism, and there is a one relation between I and delta. Okay, and we got that particular angle of incident, there is a minimum angle of deviation, and when we got the minimum angle of deviation, then we using the minimum angle of deviation we got the refractive index of the prism material, that we got sin I plus delta m by 2 divided by sin a by 2, sorry, a plus delta m by 2 divided by sin a by 2. This is the formula for refractive index of prism material. Then if the angles are very small, so we can reduce this formula to in this format. Okay, that is delta equal to a n minus 1. Refraction through curved surfaces, in that we obtain the result, we have a curved surface, convex type of curve, in that we got a n minus 1 upon r is equal to n by v minus 1 by u. So if we have a 2 diffract, n is equal to n1 by n2, we can also put this one n1 minus n2 upon r, n1 by v minus n2 by u. Clear? And after that we got a basic concept of lens and the lens maker's formula, that we obtain the lens maker's formula. For that 1 by v minus 1 by u is equal to n minus 1, 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2. And we also saw that when the lens is immersed in a particular liquid, then how its focal length is changed. Okay, so now we will study the formation of images through the lens and then lens formula, and then this topic will be completed. Okay. So let's see the formation of images. You know the basic definitions related to the lens means what is its principal focus, what is its principal axis, okay, where is the center of curvature, that all you know. So we start with that formation of images. So first we take a convex lens. Convex lens is also called the converging lens. Okay, so we have a convex lens. Say a convex lens. See, for finding the images, we use one concept. When the rays are parallel to principal axis, you know they always focus at the second focus. Okay, if the rays are coming from the focus, it becomes parallel. If the ray incident at the optical center, it goes without any deviation. So we consider these three concepts. Using these concepts, we will able to draw the formation of images. So first we will take a convex lens. Okay, images formed by convex lens. So we have a convex lens. So generally we used to take a thin convex lens. So how will you draw? So first of all you draw a straight line. Okay, that will be your optical axis, and using the rounder you have to take two arcs, take a equal and very close to each other. So where you take the tip of the rounder, that will become the center of curvature. So it will be the first center of curvature, it will be the second center of curvature. Okay, and just for a simplicity you take the position of the f, means just take a half of that. Okay, generally we take a half of that, it will be easy to obtain, then you just erase this with a eraser, looks better. So first case we will take images formed by convex lens. So object, okay, first we will take position of object. Object is at infinity. Objects is situated at infinity. The objects are very far away. Okay, so in that we have two cases. One, the rays are parallel to principal axis. So first we will take the rays are parallel to principal axis. The rays are parallel to principal axis. Okay, so all will meet at a focus. That. So here the image is formed. So what is the image? Image is very small. Just see, it is a small size image. So the properties of image, it is obtained at f. Okay, it's a very small image, almost a point size, and it is a real and inverted. Remember, always the real image will be inverted, means upside down. So here we are getting the image at f and it is a real inverted image. Okay. The second case here also, when the rays are not parallel to principal axis. So rays are not parallel to principal axis. So rays are coming from infinity, but they are not parallel to principal axis. So how they are coming? So just see, just allowed to pass one ray from the optical center, and you know when the ray incident at the optical center, it goes straight without any deviation, and take one ray from the f. One ray is coming from the f, that is a first focus. So after coming from the f, you know it becomes parallel to the principal axis. So it becomes parallel to the principal axis like this. Okay, so here these two rays are meeting. Now you can draw several rays and allowed to meet all the rays here. So we'll get an image here. This is also at the focus plane. So where is the properties of image? At focal plane, small, very small, it is a real and inverted. Clear? So now third diagram we will draw, that is the second case when the object is come little closer, means it is beyond 2f. Okay, so here we will use a word 2f instead of c. Second case, object is between infinity and 2f. Okay, that is the center for the first surface. Here is the f, here is the 2f. Here is the object. Okay, f, 2f. Now first I am take a ray parallel to principal axis. One ray which is parallel to principal axis. You know children, it passes from the f. After refraction from the lens, it pass like this. Then I will take one more ray that directly incident at the optical center O. This. And this goes straight without any deviation. Like this. So both the rays are meeting here. So you will get the image of this point, say A, B is the object. The image of point A is obtained at position A at this point. Image of point A is obtained at position at this point A. So when we take another point somewhere here, suppose another point here, its image will be formed same like somewhere here. Then take another point somewhere here, its image will be formed somewhere here. We take another point somewhere here, its image will be formed somewhere here. The image of point B will be formed here at B dash. So A dash, B dash, that will be the image total. So you just see head is down, okay. So the image is inverted. So where the image is obtained? The image is obtained between f and 2f, between f and 2f. So the image property here we will write between f and 2f, and it's a small, okay, and it's a real inverted. So when the object is kept between 2f and infinity, then its image is obtained between f and 2f, and that is image is small and it is a inverted image, upside down image will be obtained. Okay. Now let's move to the third point of the object. Now we will keep the object at a 2f. Okay. Object is at 2f. This is f, 2f. Here is the object. So once again, I will take one ray which is parallel to principal axis, and after refraction it goes from the f like this. Okay. Second, I will take one ray that is incident directly at the optical center, and you know when the any ray incident at the optical center, it move without any deviation. Okay, so here these two rays are meeting. So here the image of this point A is obtained. Point A's image is obtained here, A prime, A dash. Okay, and similarly we take several points here. So all the images we will find like this. So the image of point B will be formed here. So image is also formed at 2f position, B dash, but opposite side. Okay, so this is the same size image is obtained and same distance. This distance is equal to this. So what is the property of image? So it is obtained at 2f. It is a equal size and real and inverted. Clear? Now this is the third position of the object. Now fourth position. Now object is between 2f and f. Object is between 2f and f. Here is the object. So we have AB is the object. As you know, one ray I am taking which is parallel to principal axis. After refraction, it passes from the focus like this. Another ray which comes directly at O, it will go straight. So we will find these two rays are meeting here. you will get a very large image. So object is between f and 2f. So I took one ray from A, after refraction it passed from the focus. Another ray I took that comes directly at O, incident at O, it moves straight. So here we are getting the two rays are meeting at this position, and this is the beyond 2f. Okay. So when we write its image properties, so where the image is obtained, so you will see the image, here the image is obtained between infinity and 2f. Okay. It is beyond 2f, and just see it's large image, it is larger than object, and also it is a real image and it is inverted image. Okay, A dash, B dash. And one more, when you keep the object at f at the focus, fifth case we are taking, the object is kept at a focus. The object is kept at a focus. F to F, F to F. The object is kept at a focus. So what will happen? The one ray which is parallel to the principal axis that pass from the focus, another ray. Now just see these two rays are parallel. These two rays are parallel, so they won't meet actually. Okay, so we used to say like that, when the rays are parallel, so they are meeting at infinity. So here the image is formed at infinity. Okay, and the object is at f, so image will be formed at infinity. So this is very large image, and you can consider this is a, you can consider real also, you can consider virtual also. Okay, you can consider the image this side, both side you can consider. So this is a very large image. Clear? This is the fifth diagram. Now one more, when the object is between O and F, very close to the lens. Okay, when the object is very close to the lens, means between O and F. Okay, here is the F, here is the O. Object is very close here. So once again, one ray I am taking which is parallel to principal axis, and after refraction it goes like this. Another ray which comes at O. So see, these two rays are moving away from each other. So the real side means the right side, they won't meet actually. So when you trace back their path, so they will meet somewhere here, here. So we will get a virtual image. So AB is the object, its virtual image is obtained, A dash, B dash. Clear? And just see the virtual image is erected. Okay, it is inline, same, the head is up, okay, tail is down. So where the image is obtained, the same side of the lens, means where the object is kept at the same side. Okay, here is not that opposite side. So here the image is obtained at the same side, no particular position, same side. Okay, it's a larger, the virtual image formed by the convex mirror is larger. The larger image, and also it is a virtual and inlined. Okay, it's not inverted, it is called erected. So these are the formation of images, okay, by convex mirror. Now one we will see images through concave mirror, sorry, images through concave lens. Here the images, we got the images through convex lens. Now images formed by concave lens. You know, the concave lens has a tendency to diverge the lens. Okay, concave lens has a tendency to diverge the rays. So when the rays are coming, it diverges. Okay, it moves away. So first I am taking the rays which are parallel to principal axis. So they move away and their image is formed at focus, virtual. Okay, and second, the object is kept anywhere, any position, anywhere. Its image will be formed between F and O always. Okay, between F and O. So here the first case we took object as at infinity, and where the image we got image, that image at F. Okay, it is a very small, almost a point size, so virtual and erected. Okay, here the object is kept anywhere. So left side the image we got, this is object is kept AB, its image, just see very small image is obtained between F and O. Okay, so image between O and F, that is small, smaller than object. And third property, so virtual image and erected, means upside is up only, head is up only. So these are the formation of images by concave lens, and before that we saw convex lens. So we can conclude when we are using a concave lens, we are always getting a virtual image. Okay, and it is a small virtual image. And when we are using a convex lens, so when the object is between O and F, then only we got the virtual image, and before that we all get the real images. So real images may be the size of smaller, equal and larger, but virtual image in case of convex mirror is always larger. Okay, so in the next lecture we will see the lens formula. Okay, thank you.